Hey everyone, it's Shane Chapman, and you're listening to the Ultimate Deck Podcast 10s, where we hand the mic to industry leaders on a topic they choose to share, teach, or entertain. This week, we give the mic to Kevin Choquette from Ravin Builders of Rhode Island to talk about his transition from a general renovation company to a specialized decking company. Take it away, Kev.
Hey guys, Kevin Choquette from Ravin Builders. Thanks a lot for having me on. I want to talk about transitioning my business from being a multi-facet remodel and new construction company to a deck building company, because I get a lot of questions and I talk to a lot of people that are I feel like they're where I was at last year. With that previous year being, maybe I built 4 or 5 decks. It was probably the highest margin work that we had. It was the most enjoyable work for me, and my guys do enjoy doing the work. And we're good at it, right? We build a great deck. So it was last year, right at this time, that I kind of made a last minute decision to go to Dallas for Deck Expo. And it was with that thought in mind that, can I do this? Should I do this? What would happen? How would I, all of those questions, of course, resulting from, my fears of not being able to get enough leads, not being able to get enough work. Is there room in the market? And of course, this was amidst the COVID kind of outdoor living explosion. It seemed like it was there, but would it be sustainable over a long period of time? So I head out to the expo and I meet a ton of amazing people, right? I become a member of NADRA. I have conversation upon conversation with just talented, successful business owners who are operating in a niche trade and really enjoying what they do and scaling and growing and learning. And I just couldn't get enough of what I saw. And through that trip to the expo, I gained, massive amount of relationships that have just blossomed from there, right? And now I'm like traveling around, going to events. I want to shout out Ashley Campbell, Extreme Backyard and Beyond, who I met at the Deck Expo, and I've been to his new stories opening twice for 2 amazing events, Steel Sharpen Steel and Maximum Bend, and I just got back from Texas. It was a fantastic time. All of these things really hinge upon me, going out on a limb, taking that trip last year, and then putting faith in myself, that it could be done. Another thing I want to talk about is, prior to specializing my company, I didn't really have a marketing plan, right? I was always provided with a lot of word of mouth work, right? So I've always been able to find work. I've always been offered work. I really have never had to market my company in order to stay busy, right? But going into a niche trade, I can no longer rely on my personal and business connections to provide me with a steady flow of leads. So that was a big change for me, that I had to kind of let go of having that name and those connections in the trade, and I had to develop a marketing plan, right? So I want to shout out April from Deck Builders Marketing. I met her at the expo. We set up some calls. She provided me with priceless information that really enabled me to start building a marketing plan, which has enabled our company, through some organization and some careful planning, to organically provide our own leads that keep us busy, and not only keep us busy, but provide us with the right work at the right margins for the right customers. And, we're booked out into the summer of next year. We are not the company for everyone, but for the ones that we are, we hold a 5-star review rating, and really have some great customers who are extremely happy with the product that we put out, and all that really is because we have a system in place. We have systems in place for how we market at the company, how we estimate a deck, how we close on those deals, how we build the deck, and how we take care of those customers through the process. So, I just wanna leave this for anybody who is where I was last year, right? If you have any questions, any doubts, there's plenty of us, and me being one of the newer guys in the field, that are willing to lend a hand and answer questions and offer advice. And there's many people out there that are willing to help, and that's really what I love about this section of the trade so much, is it really is like a big family, and that's been my experience. So I hope to see you all out at Vegas next month. I hope to see some new people, meet some new people, and make new friends there next month as well. If anybody has any questions or wants to reach out to me, we're Ravin Builders. It's RAVIN on Instagram. Go ahead, shoot me a DM. I'm always willing to chat. And I hope everybody has a great week. Thank you.